All right, all right. We're back with another edition of Sports Talk. Got a lot to talk about, guys. I've been kind of missing in action for the last 2 days. Let's see, Thursday, Friday. Got real busy and stuff like that. But at the same time, I'm here for the Monday edition of Sports Talk. And do we have a lot to talk about, guys? First of all, we just going to say, hey, if you're new to the channel, new to the broadcast, hey, thank you for supporting us. Just like and subscribe and share. And if you have any comments, just write in the comments below and give us your perspective on, say the word opinion, but perspective on the topic at hand. And we're going to talk about some topics. You know that the national football game for the college championship is tonight against Miami and Indiana. However, we're going to talk about this past weekend NFL games, the playoffs, controversy with the Bills and the Broncos, Chicago Rams. Was a tight lit game. It was a nice game. But however, we're going to talk about the coach hirings and the coach firings. Not all of them, but the ones that is a major topic, like Sean McDermott. He was fired by the Buffalo Bills, but hey, we saw that coming. And if you watch my previous shows and previous episodes, you see that I predicted a few things. I was wrong on a few things, but the AFC Championship game I predicted is right on, or spot on. I didn't see Bo Nix not being in there, but it was spot on. And the AFC Championship game, I did pick the Bears, but hey, I told you beginning, regardless if they make it or not, we know that the NFL wants a California sponsored team, base team to represent the Super Bowl in California. Like the Rams is on their way, but we're gonna see what they're gonna do against Seahawks, right? So right now, we're gonna get the stats. The stats, man, from that game, from the Bills game and the Broncos game. That's the first one we're going to talk about here. And if you see the total yards, as you see on the screen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I watched that game, and we're gonna start with this game first. But that game was, there was some controversy, and I'm a football player, hard played the game and everything, and I really do understand that 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 it Jesus, man, what do I start here, man? I'm a defensive player. And I understand what an interception is and what a incomplete pass is. We watched the game for so long. We played the game for so long, and overtime, Josh Allen and the team, the Bills, the grit was so amazing to even get to overtime, to push that game to overtime. Now, don't get me wrong, the Broncos is as advertised. They are good. Now, I'm not taking anything away from Sean Payton and Bo Nix and the Broncos, the Denver Broncos. However, I do not believe that call was correct. I've seen a lot of social media. I see a lot of people say, "Hey, um, let me see here." A lot of social media people was like, "Hey, it was a catch. He rolled over, and it wasn't a completed catch. He didn't have full control, and the defender grabbed the ball when they rolled over." Okay, I understand that part of the play, but as you can see, he was down by contact, and then as he rolled over Cooks, the defender took it from him, but he was already down by contact. Now, that's just my perspective of it. And when he hit the ground and the defender rode over him, and you could tell that Cooks, like he had a concussion or got blinked or something, because he let go of the football as soon as he hit the ground. He hit the ground, he had control for a moment, but regardless of the impact, seems like he had a concussion or something. Like he blinked out, and the defender grabbed the ball. I don't. I don't necessarily agree that that was the key factor of deciding the whole entire game. I do agree, though, that they should have overlooked that call, overturned that call, and let them play that play again, just to be fair, because they wasn't the Bills wasn't like they was marching down the field. The Bills like they won't do anything spectacular during overtime, to be like the Denver Broncos, like their heartbeat, like pity patter, pity patter, pity patter. It's just that play should have been just overturned and should have been redo it down or third down, whatever the down was that it was on, and then just replay it, or with just incomplete pass, and let the game be decided by whatever the other outcome would be of the game. And now let's go back to that play. I think that that play was the deciding factor why Sean McDermott got fired. And we're gonna talk about the coaches in a minute. But the thing is, it was crazy for the Bills season to end on that note like that. And every Bills game with Josh Allen, when they get to the second round, the NFL has to change some type of rules to accommodate the Bills because the Bills, it seems like they're not getting over the hump. It seems like they can't even get over a threshold that keep pushing them down whenever they find success and movement and momentum. That's the word I'm looking for, momentum. But however, I just don't like that. I really don't. I don't like that. I really don't like that. And at the same time, how the game ended, it was just to a point where um, it just shouldn't have ended that way. It shouldn't have ended that way. I think that the Bills. This is just for me. If you can go to overtime, I don't want the teams like they had to change that too for the Bills because remember the Bills went 1 year and they didn't get a chance to have the ball and they lost that game as well. And then they changed overtime rules for because of the Bills. And then now the Bills, recipient of the same type of nonsense that keeps happening to them. And I remember when Dez Bryant and the Dallas Cowboys played Green Bay, and all the catches and all the spectacular catches that he got was supposed to be catches or touchdown catches that was overturned. And so it reminded me of that type of controversial play. And Denver was getting beat during the drive. And multiple times that Josh Allen could have got a script fumble on him, could have got hit, the ball could have fallen down, rolled somewhere, and because the way the protection was guarding him during overtime. But however, that pass to Cooks, to me, should have been either a completion or incomplete pass. That's just my perspective of it. But you let me know how you feel about that in the comments below, in the comment section below. But I just really think that that's crazy how the Bills, no Lamar Jackson. We talked about that last segment. No Lamar Jackson, no Joe Burrow. That's the talk of the town, everybody. No superstar quarterbacks, no competition for Josh Allen to go through to get to the Super Bowl this year. And they lose on a controversial call like that to end their season in heartbreak fashion. And Josh Allen was not holding back his tears. He wasn't holding back his emotions. Nick Bosa definitely didn't hold back his emotions. As you see, he threw his helmet at the end of the game. However, I'm just going to say this, guys. I said it before in the first segment of this year. The officiating, the officials, when they call in important games, they do not get it right. They call these games and it size the factor of all these games that's important games to the organizations that's playing and the players that have been working hard all season to get there, and their season is interrupted or done with because of a controversial call like that. So that leads us to the next thing we're going to talk about, into Sean McDermott's firing. Now he's been there 9 seasons, and so 9 seasons he's been there, and I remember him from Carolina. He was defensive coordinator for Carolina. That's how I got familiar with him. When he left to be the head coach of the Bills, the Buffalo Bills, I was happy for him because he's a good coach. He's a good defensive-minded coach, and you see all the personnel going in and out on that team. And I'm like, wow, he has some talent there. And there's always swap between the Panthers and the Bills. You got Shaq Lawson over there, and to me, it was a second chance for a lot of other these players that's about to be retired or free agency in the offseason. And this was the last hurrah, even for Nick Bosa, I believe. And so to have a type of year that they have, I'm not saying the Bills were a spectacular powerhouse team, but they've always been good every year to get to where they at. They always get to the second round of the division rounds of the playoffs and lose, or the AFC championship game or lose. So Sean McDermott, his firing, I see with John Harbaugh, he got fired. Now here comes the coach carousel of coaching carousel firings that, we need new blood because they're going to a new stadium in Buffalo, wherever it is in Buffalo, they're going to a new stadium. So they need a new coach, and they want someone else to see that could get the Bills finally over the hump. I personally think this, guys. This is what I think. What coach you're going to bring in to mentor and coach, and push Josh Allen over to the next level if Sean couldn't do it. And so if Sean couldn't do it, John Harbaugh couldn't do it for Lamar Jackson. Who else is on the coaching list to get the Bills over the hump? They say the Bills are cursed. I remember in the '90s, four back-to-back Super Bowl trips. Four back-to-back Super Bowl trips, and I'm like, man, they went back-to-back powerhouse team. Bills, Bruce Smith. You got Jim Kelly, and then you have Thurman. You know what I'm saying? You had all these powerhouse people, and all of a sudden, they went back to back Super Bowls, back to back, back to back, back to back. And you telling me right now, it's like it's the trend is just coming back to the Bills, like they can't get over the hump. And now Sean McDormand's gone, and he was a great coach. He was an awesome coach. I follow him regardless. That he used to be a Carolina Panther coach on the staff. So everyone that came through the Panther cycle to head coaches, offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators, I still follow here and there. And it's just a crime shame, man. The way Josh Allen, and the team went out that way, man. Oof. And he didn't hold back emotions at all. He didn't hold back none. And I just think that if he wanted to really say something, he would have said something. He would have said something, but he didn't. And it just bothered my mind how they did that, man. And like you say, we're gonna look at his stats for a minute. We're gonna look at his stats. Josh Allen for the 2025. Look at that, 3,600 and let's see, 88 yards. 25 touchdowns. 10 interceptions. Look at the stats here. Look at what he has accomplished in 2025. To go out in a whimper like that, just to go out like that, man, and you know, it's a wasted year. For me, it's a wasted year. It's a wasted year. It just had no merit, man, of why you know he went. Oh man, I'm lost for words. But I say this though. I do say this. I say this. If Josh comes back next year with a chip on his shoulder and they get a great coach to coach the Bills, I see them doing some damage. I do see them some damage. But like I said about John Harbaugh, it didn't take him long to get a job. It didn't take him long to get a new job. I think that fits him with Jackson Dart in the New York Giants. New York Giants. I think it's a great fit for him. And then he's bringing his offensive coordinator over from the Baltimore Ravens to the Giants to mentor, help, and to be creative with the Giants play call. I think it's going to be, pretty great for the NFC, East next year, guys. When we get to see it, but I think the Giants might make some noise their first year. People say they're not looking for them to make the playoffs. All this hoopla hoopla. I just say this. I just say that John Harbaugh is an awesome coach as well. Sean is an awesome coach. I think Sean. Now hold up, back on John. John is with the Giants, and he got Jackson Dart to keep him out of concussion protocols and stuff and keep him from being hurt. I see the Giants moving on. Now, who's going to be the backup quarterback? Jameis Winston or Russell Wilson? I don't know which one's going to be staying. One of them two is going to go, but Jackson Dart is the starter. Harbaugh is there. They got the receiving core. They got Cam Skiplow. They got all these guys. So I think the Giants already built for success for John. But with Sean, though, I think he's going to get a job. I think he's going to get a great job. I think his job is going to be contender right off the bat. That's what I think. Right off the bat. Right off the bat. I think Sean's going to get, he might even go to Pittsburgh Steelers. What y'all think? Is Pittsburgh a great fit for Sean McDormand, or the Cleveland Browns? Because Cleveland Browns haven't set on their coach, their final coach selection yet. However, I think Sean might try to go to a different conference, maybe the NFC, maybe Miami. Well, Miami's AFC, but maybe the NFC. Who else is vacant in the NFC? I don't think NFC had any coaches vacancies, but the AFC has a lot. But Cleveland, Pittsburgh sounds great, even the Titans. But we never know. I think wherever he goes, he's going to transform a team, and he's going to get a quarterback that's going to mold. He's going to mold. He's going to train. He's going to transform, and then they're going to get over the hump. So Sean McDormand's fine, and after a disappointing season, 9 seasons with the Buffalo Bills. I don't know how Josh Allen is reacting. I haven't seen anything, but But the controversy call, guys, they got this man fired from his team. Come on, come on. You can't end a game on that note, man. Yes, they had 7 minutes and some change left in the game. See, this is my personal perspective of overtime. I think overtime should be like this. It's going to be overtime. Let them play a fifth period. You don't have to be 15 minutes. Going to make it a 10-minute fifth period, just like fourth period, and let them play all the way to a deciding factor comes to who win the game. Let it be an extra period versus you get a possession, and then if you don't score in this possession and then turn on downs, then the next team that score wins. I never liked that. I never liked that in college. I never liked that now. So you're going to adapt it in the NFL as well. So I don't like that. If you're going to go to overtime, let them play to the final whistle. Let it play to 0-0-0-0 on the clock. Let them play to the side of the deciding factor that someone will win this game because of not time, not a controversial call, but the play of both teams to the 0-0 on the clock. It makes sense? 0-0-0 on the clock. I know that you can't challenge a call. I know you can't, review a call in overtime. I don't care. Change these rules. Make it a fifth period. Make it a fifth period. It's not hockey. It's not sudden death. The next person scores, win, yay! No, no, no. Make it a fifth period. You don't have to make it 15 minutes. I know they're concerned in health and the talk of injury for your players. I understand that, but make it 10 minutes. Make it a fifth period for 10 minutes or so, or make it 5 minutes or 8 minutes. It doesn't matter to me. Make 12 minutes. Doesn't matter. Let them play to 0-0-0 is on the clock, so we could decide deciding winner versus who scores here, scores there. It's stupid. It's really dumb to me. To me, it's not fair to the team, and then especially the playoffs. The playoffs. The playoffs! I just love that. So, especially the playoffs. Why do that in the playoffs? Let them play. Oh, we're going overtime. Okay, extra period, but a little shorter time, 10 minutes versus 15 minutes, and let them play it out. Let them play it out. Just like what's the other game? Nope. I think that's it for me. Just let them play the whole period. Time expire is over. You can't end in a tie, so we got another make the second overtime. If they even go to overtime, if there's a tie in overtime, go to a second overtime. Just like college football. When college football go back and forth, they go to quadruple overtime to the final winner. And you should adapt that into the NFL because the NFL playoffs is getting bland. It's getting weak. It's getting boring. Same teams rematching. Boring, boring, boring. And then you already know who's about to win. You know who's going to win. Because as I told you, I believe it's rigged, it's scripted because all the gambling involved. Vegas got the last shot. You better stop this. You better stop that. I don't care what they say. It's scripted. It's scripted. Okay. And regardless, here comes the Rams. Here comes Chicago game. Here we go. Watch that game. They let them play for what they needed with them play. But however, guys, okay, this is what I'm saying here. You let them play. You give us a great game with Chicago and the Rams, right? And then when you did that, we pretty much like, okay, cool. This is what we need to do. We need to keep going and seeing what they had to do. And then when they did what we had to do, Chicago pulled off. Oh my God, here we go. And then we get this. on me, please. Even in the Bills game, two pass interference calls that continue to push the Broncos up the field. I get home team advantage, but oh my goodness, this is what I'm saying here. This is what I'm saying, guys. This is what I'm saying. Well, the first pass interference call, I didn't agree with. I think legitimate defense. The second pass interference call on the Bills, legitimate call. You could go both ways, but that wasn't the defining factor of the game neither. I just think that they need more rules for the game, rig or not, scripted or not. If you're gonna make the playoffs more interesting, I'm gonna tell you who won the playoff model this year, and that's college football. 12 teams battling for the national championship. Got the national championship tonight. Commissioner, come on, come on. College football got the blueprint. 12 teams versus 7. It's 14 total on both sides. But you play in your conference, then you're going to the Super Bowl championship, your AFC championship, and your Super Bowl. I mean, once you just let matter of fact, it's a good idea. Once you bleed the conferences together, AFC and NFC in the playoffs, include all 14 teams, got 7 on AFC, 7 NFC. You do it like college football, bleed them over. Let the lower seed, whatever you need to do, play each other. Just like that. And then whoever gets to the championship games, get rid of the NFC championship game, get rid of the AFC championship game. Just let them battle all the way for the Super Bowl. I think that's a better model. You bleed AFC and NFC in the playoffs together and let the AFC and NFC teams cross play each other until you get to the Super Bowl. That's the model that college football got. The NFL should adapt that too. The NFL should adapt that too. Now back to the Chicago. To say what we say here. But however, I do think if the thing is like Matthew Stafford, you see his stats here, right? And this is for 2025. This is what he got going on. This is Matthew all year long. He's been clutch. He's been clutch. And let me show you the stats. I thought I had the stats on screen. My bad, guys. But Matthew Stafford was on point, man. He was doing his thing, man. He was doing his thing. And so the whole team, everything, just it was great. You see the stats he had for 2025, and this is what he's about: 4,707 yards, and that's he was balling. He's definitely MVP, But we'll see the MVP wins. The quarterback wins MVP and the Super Bowl in the same year, just like Patrick Mahomes did previous year, his Super Bowl. And so I just think that even with that, we're gonna see, the rise and conquer of Caleb Williams, because I think Williams did a great job during that game. He didn't play around, and I think right now to the point where Well, he did his thing. I just think he's going to be a siding factor. And I think when you see him rise up, let's say this: Chicago has their quarterback of the future. It's settled. They got their quarterback, and then with their quarterback, I just think the right time, man. He did it the right time. He came in. It's the second year in the league, and he just came on just like fire. And this is his stats. You know what I'm saying? Chicago has their quarterback of the future. Their quarterback of the future. Okay, so I just want to get up here, and I had a lot of stuff to say when I watched the games and stuff like that. And sports talk, man, that's what we're about. It's talking sports. The game was awesome, and even with the Bills losing their head coach, man, even with the Bills losing their head coach, I do think they're gonna find a head coach that's going to be fitted for Josh Allen, the style of his play, mentor him and to the next level. Not that Sean was bad at that, but we'll see what they can do. It makes sense. I think that the Bills is going to be okay. It does depend on the next coach because they don't fear this next coach going forward. And what's the point of even, man? Just the point of even doing this, man. Doing this and playing and just keep going on and bruising your body year after year after year, and you get to halfway to the big dance, and then you lose in the fashion the way they lost in overtime, that controversial call. I think that is the talk of the town right there. And also, you can't blame the illnesses and the journalists talking about this, that with the second easiest schedule, according to Dan from ESPN, Nagowski, well, if I'm saying his name correct, First Take and NFL Live, he said that they had the second easiest schedule in the league, second easiest schedule, and then no Lamar Jackson, no Patrick Mahomes, no Joe Burrow, and then no Aaron Rodgers, Justin Herbert. None of these superstar quarterbacks, even CJ Stroud was a dud. So the thing is, you had none of these superstar quarterbacks to go through, and you lose the way you lose. And then even with Denver, Bo Nix, broken bone in his right foot, broken bone, and he can't even finish the playoffs. He can't even take the Denver Broncos to the Super Bowl because he can't play no more with a broken foot. But when you watch them after the game, Hardy was in pain, maybe, but to me, I didn't see any indicator that he was in pain. But however, that's how it is, man. So, what you think about Sean McDermott being fired? What do you think about John Harbaugh and with the New York Giants? What do you think about the new coach that the Falcons hired? The former coach from Cleveland Browns. I can't say his last name. Save my life. I know his first name is Kevin, but the Falcons got them. So now Kirk Cousins and him. He used to be a Vikings coach as well. They back together again. So we're gonna see how Atlanta fares with him. But you let me know in the comments below how you feel about Sean McDermott being fired. What's the next fit for him? What's the next team to fit for him and his style of coaching? John Harbaugh being the New York Giants, 5-year, $100 million contract. Good God Almighty! And what do you think they're gonna go in their pursuit in the offseason and into the season? And Carolina Panthers, where do you think they're going next after this crazy whirlwind of a season that they had? I kind of give the benefit of faith when they were playing during the season, even the playoffs, but they should have beat the Rams too. But it's okay. I can't say it was a controversial game. It wasn't. That game was legit. I watched it. The game was awesome. Could have had an interception in the end zone, but when the core knocked it out of the defender's hands, that could have sealed the game right there. It didn't. And then here comes Matthew Stafford with that awesome pass to his tight end to into the end, get the turn around and fall into the end zone. 38 seconds left on the clock. Game over. Game over. Game over. Game over. So can't hate on that. That was a good play. But now they're in the NFC Championship game versus their conference rivals, the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle Seahawks is number one for a reason. They destroyed. When I say destroy the 49ers, I mean destroy. They whooped their hind parts. My God in heaven, man. I just didn't understand why that they even showed up. Why show up? You're gonna get beat like that. That was like, oh my God. Let's see the stats first, man. I gotta see the stats. Oh my God, I didn't get to see the stats yet, man. it doesn't look that far fetched, man. That game was boring. And I had to ask my wife, knowing she get it right, who's going to win, who's going to lose. She said Seattle. And 49 is her team. 49, not that she went against 49ers, but she picked. She saw how they was playing. She said the 49ers were going to lose, and she was not wrong, man. She was not wrong. And Sam Darnold, look at this. Look at this. He's also an MVP candidate. Also MVP candidate. And I'm just going to say, Sam Darnold, man, as advertised. Check this out. Check this out. Sam Darnold. New York Jets drafted him, number one pick. First year, he had a decent year. Second year, he got mono. That's what was said. Right? I remember that well. Third year, he came back, didn't have so much out of a third year. They traded him immediately. Carolina picked him up. Carolina, he had a great three-game campaign with them. They set him on the bench. Then after that, guess what? Then they traded him to the 49ers. 49ers, he was doing hot. He was doing great, decent behind Brock Purdy. All of a sudden, like Sam was coming on. He's maturing as a quarterback. And then all of a sudden, 49ers didn't want him. They had to say, hey, we can't have you and Brock on the same team if you're doing the same thing. And then all of a sudden, they traded him to the Vikings. Last year, had a phenomenal season, just like he had a phenomenal season with the Seahawks. So the Vikings get him guaranteed money and making him their starting quarterback. They want to go with J.J. McCarthy. And you see how that happened this year. And all of a sudden, what happened? They traded him. No, I guess it was the offseason, not trade, the offseason. Or trade offseason, either way, how he got to Seattle. Now, $100 million man, NFC Championship game on the versus Super Bowl. What's the odds? Sam, I'm giving you the flowers now. I seen your journey. I knew what you did. You had a rough hour in the NFL, but look what you're at now. Patience. You get what you get when you humble yourself and continue to play the game. You know the level that you know you can play, and I'm just putting that out there, man. It's fun to see people excel and do great things. And Sam, you can beat the Rams, but you should beat the Rams because you're playing in Seattle. And so since you're playing in Seattle, home field advantage, officiating calls and everything. However, we'll see. Because there are division rivals, division foes. And it's hard to beat a division foe multiple times in the season. I don't know who. I think they split. Let me check it out here. I think they split. Let me see here. They split. They split the schedule. I think they split between themselves. Let me see here. I'm going to see here. I think Seattle beat the Rams this year. I think they won and won. I'm going to find out. I'm going to find out. Because I think I already knew that. I'm going to find out their schedule. All right. Let me see. The first game of the season, Seattle beat the 49ers. And let me see here. And they murdered them in the playoffs. Okay, so Seahawks beat 49ers in the last game of the season, 13-3, and then murdered them 41-6 in the playoffs. That's ridiculous. Then, let me see here. The Rams played, let me see here. Come on. They played in the NFC Championship game. Okay, Seattle beat the Rams 38-37, December 18th, in that game. Let me see the other game. Did they beat them again? Yeah, they split. Like I said, they split. So they split the contest between one another. So that's 3 times you're playing your division foe. You play them twice in the regular season. Now you're playing again in the NFC Championship game. That is actually a great game to watch, a battle to watch, and these teams know each other well. So I don't know. I think it's Matthew Stafford. If he's the MVP of the league, then guess what? We have to show out in Seattle and show us that he is the MVP of the league. Oh man. And this right here with Sean McDermott, I don't know, man. It's sad how he went out, man. It's very sad how he went out. I think that he could have stayed one more year and got Josh Allen to the next level, man. They just gave him a chance. But 9 seasons in, I think 98 and 80, no, 98 and 88, or 80, 98 wins and 88 losses, which is not bad. But however, 9 seasons and you always get far into the playoffs and always come up short. And they say they curse, but I don't think they curse. I think this man right here, Sean McDormand, he's one heck of a coach. And I guess the business side say, hey, we're going to a new stadium. We're doing something new with the Bills. We need a fresh coach, fresh ideas, fresh push. So we have to get rid of the old and bring in the new. So I don't know who they're going to get. So the coach candidates that they have right now, I don't know who's hot. Mike Daniels, I don't think they're getting him. He's going to be offensive coordinator for somebody because another head coach stint, I don't think it'd be great for him for Buffalo. Who else? Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Let me see. Greg Norman. Nope. All these guys got fired. So let's see here. Let's talk about the hires. Anybody? Let me see here. Jesus Christ. Offensive coordinator. I don't know, man. I don't know who's going to be the next Bills coach. I don't know who's out there that's going to be good enough to get Josh Allen to the next level. Sean McDormand, before the coach before him, he came and took the Bills to another level and as a team organization. Now, who could do that with Josh now that he's gone? It's like the Lamar Jackson scenario. John's gone. John couldn't get Lamar down. John Harbaugh is a Super Bowl winning champion coach, and then he couldn't take the Ravens to the next. I don't know. Same thing with Buffalo. So yeah, it's sad, but it's not sad. It's sad, but it's not sad because it's business. Well, however, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl? I predicted a great AFC matchup would be against number one, number two, which I got, Denver Broncos versus New England Patriots. However, there's a shift in the game because Bo Nix is not playing. You got Statham, a recurring and boom guy. I'm saying this, man. Who's going to win it? Who's going to win it? We don't know. We don't know, and we don't care, right? Yes, we do care. I'm going to tell you the matchups right here. See, this is. I don't want to talk about that game. I don't want to talk about the game because 2 games in a row, C.J. Stroud was doing the game. Yes, I said it. Yes, I said it. 2 games in a row, C.J. Stroud, yes, C.J. Stroud, the man of God that he is, doing the game. First game, 5 fumbles. This game, 4 interceptions? For what? And the way he was playing, it was not C.J. like. That makes sense. C.J. Stroud is not a turnover machine. In 2 games, you got 10 turnovers by yourself. It's ridiculous, man. But, the rhythm is going to be off with the Broncos because Bo Nix had them flowing, man, he had them going. And at the same time, how are you going to replicate that? Replicate that. Now with this game, the NFC Championship game, we the 49ers are not the team. I thought it was either between the Rams and 49ers, but they didn't even show up to play this past weekend. Now all of a sudden, here we go. The Rams moving forward. Okay. Every game they play against Carolina, even the game against Chicago, they look pedestrian. They look blah. They look, that's what they look like. But they got the weapon, Devontae Adams, McCoy. They got the tight ends. They got the running game in Williams. Woo, Williams is awesome. So they got the team too. They've been the favorite all year. They've been the most balanced team all year. They've been the scariest team all year. Now they get to see what they can do against their division foe. Crazy to fight and play against your division rival in a championship game to have bragging rights to go to the Super Bowl. And then Seattle can say you have to go through us. And you say you're the best, you got to go through us. You got to go through us to the Super Bowl, and that's why I like that. I like that. These teams play. Let them play. Don't do nothing else. Let them play. Don't even get involved. I don't care technically how you call the AFC Championship game because you don't have Bo Nix in it. So it's not going to be a fair matchup because it's not the strength of the quarterback on the Broncos and the strength with the New England really going head to head. You get what I'm saying? It's just you're going to get the backup quarterback and everything else. That's why I picked New England. But with the NFC Championship game, please don't ruin that. Just don't ruin it, man. Just don't ruin it. Let them play. Let them play. Look, the bottom line, normally give you the bottom line at the end of the segment, the episode. I'm going to give you right now. Bottom line, NFL, bottom line, Roger Goodell, bottom line, officiating crew. Let them play. Call the right calls or call no calls at all. Because you missed tons of them this past weekend. Tons that could have helped teams reach their true potential, but you ruined the game. As I said in the last segment, the officiating is going to be the deciding factor of these games, and I was not wrong. I was just wrong on who's going to win. Well, I was like 3-3. I picked the Eagles to beat the 49ers. I was wrong in that. I picked the Chargers to beat the Patriots. I was wrong in that. I picked Carolina to beat the Rams. I was wrong in that. But I did get, the Houston to beat Pittsburgh. Actually, I picked Pittsburgh against Houston. I sure did. No, I don't know. Okay, I got 4. I'm 4-2 then. But all two I got right. So, so my prediction is not terrible. It's not just where it was used to be because my interest in the game. If I just talk about the controversy, it's just in the craziness and the writtiness and the craziness about the sport. Can't watch the game like you used to because there's so much politics in the game that it ruins the game. And then you can't overturn a call. It's obvious that you got to review for longer period of time than what they did. But the rules in overtime, you can't review. You can't review a call. You can't challenge. Now, you can review, but you can't challenge. And it's done. That's why I'm gonna say it again. Take the college playoff model. Forget the NFC Championship game. Forget the NFC Championship game. Well, AFC Championship game. I said it twice. NFC Championship game. Forget the AFC Championship game. Bleed both conferences together. Come up with a ranking. It's going to rank all. What, seven on this side, seven on this side. That's 14 teams. Come up with a ranking for 14 teams. Two, just like college, 4 gets a bye and the rest of them play. Or 3 get a bye, 6 get a bye technically, and the rest of them play till you get to the 6 with the top seed with the bye. To me, I think that'll work out. I think that will work out fine. Yeah, it'll be a long playoffs. Playoffs? Yeah, playoffs. It'll be a long playoffs. But it'll be an exciting playoffs. Because you get to eliminate each team for both sides out. AFC, NFC. If it boils down to 2 NFC teams playing for Super Bowl, they'd be great. Even this playoffs, if it boils down to AFC teams playing for the Super Bowl, they'd be even better. I love that. Y'all let me know those that are watching. Let me know if that sounds great. Leave your comments down in the comments below if y'all like that. Bleed them in and let them play till you get to the top game. That sounds great to me. That sounds great. For the 18-game season, cut it down to 16 and let the extra 2 games be part of the playoffs. The wild card. Week 16, week 17, they used to let it be the wild card weekend and let it play on up. You have at least 4 games playing on the wild card weekend, eliminate them. Still same model, but you're bleeding. You're bleeding in. You're bleeding in. You're bleeding in. All right. Well, I gotta get ready for the championship game for college football. The Big Ten versus ACC, Miami and Indiana. So guess what? Who am I going for? I'm going for Indiana. They're the most dominant team in the championship. Miami just got away with some things. Guess what? Miami's there. They represent home. You get the team. Home team versus represents home team. LA. I already know who's going to win. LA is going to beat Seattle. But anyway, back to college. College football. I picked Indiana. They should just dominate and destroy and crush Miami. If Miami score any type of point, it's going to be because of people watching and giving them hope. Other than that, they should not be able to beat Indiana. I don't care how long the layover they have for rest. They should not be able to beat Indiana. They should never be able to go no further than what they should go to where they're at right now. They're representing the championship game, but they're not going to win. If they do win it, controversy. Really? That's all I'm saying, guys. That's all I'm saying. All right, man. I got 9 minutes left? Well, not 9 minutes. Yeah. 9 minutes, 10 minutes total. So that's just my thoughts, man, on this carousel of a season, man. Carousel. And I just thought that they're gonna get better for these guys. But these guys, man, the officiating just ruined the weekend, man. Josh Allen deserved better. He deserved to go to the chip. I think we all want to see him on the chip. But guess what? Boom, pop. He didn't get it, man. He didn't get it. And they definitely let him know you didn't get it. And I just think that with him being the last of the guys, you know what I'm saying? Look what he did. Look what he did this year. Not bad. Not bad at all. That's the stats, guys. Let's see the progression with Allen. I think Allen, if you see his stats let's see, man, he's been in the league for a minute. We go from 2018. Look at his stats. Then we go from 18 to 19. Look at his stats. Then you go from 19 to 20. Look at his stats. He's been improving. 9 seasons, 8 seasons technically. 2021, improving. You see what I'm saying? 2022, improved over last. Man, let's go back for a second. He kind of went down on that one, but still, he's still moving forward. 2023, improved. 2024, yeah, slight dip. Now 2025, he improved. No, he actually was a slight dip. That's a slight dip too. Yeah, well, and then he was MVP last year, so I don't know, man. I do not know. I think that Josh, bad rap, and this is career stats right here. Look at that. Hall of Famer for real. He's gonna be a Hall of Famer. But man, this was a year that he coulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Should have got to the Super Bowl, man. But it wasn't his time, I guess. Wasn't his time. Was it? Crazy. But I say this, man. I think he's going to be okay. They're going to find a coach that's going to suit him, going to train him. Sean, still got faith in your brother that you're going to find a job before the offseason. You're going to get a team that's going to be fit for you. You'll have a quarterback that's not going to mirror Josh Allen, but you're going to have a quarterback that's going to fit your quarterback needs. You're going to have a righteous defense. You're going to have a righteous defense. I know you are. But just put it this way, Sean. Just like John found a squad that I think that he's going to take the next level in Jackson Dart and New York Giants. Then you got Kevin. I can't say his last name. Save my life. Hired by Atlanta Falcons, back with Kirk Cousins, and he got a Penix over there, Michael Penix Jr. You know what I'm saying? Guess what? He has a squad over there in Atlanta too as well. So they're gonna rebound quick. That's just my perspective of John Harbaugh and Kevin. They're gonna rebound. The former Kevin is the former head coach of the Cleveland Browns. I think Atlanta's gonna rebound quickly. Giants gonna rebound quickly. I believe Sean would be nice fit with Pittsburgh. Y'all let me know. I said it first. I probably someone said it first. I think Sean would be great with Pittsburgh. I think get a quarterback that fit his needs. Or he'd be great with Cleveland as well. But Cleveland is like matter of fact, I see Cleveland being a great spot for him too. What y'all think? What you think? I think Cleveland would be a great ideal spot for Sean because if they keep Deshaun Watson and Shakur Sanders and the other quarterbacks they got on the roster, if they keep them, whoever they keep as starting quarterback should be Shakur. Deshaun Watson's pretty much done. And if they keep Shakur and make him number one, he got flashes of being number one, and you have a defense with Myles Garrett, sack leader of this season. You got a defense, not a terrible defense. You got a great defense. If you just piece together some pieces in that team, offensive and defensive, and get them a squad around Shakur, Cleveland could be a force. And I believe that Sean McDermott be great. But they are missing this, guys. How did he go to the Ravens? Man, just that just came to me. I don't know why I skipped the Ravens. Where does Sean McDermott? Sean McDermott goes to the Ravens, and he be the one that take Lamar Jackson to the promised land and get him a chip. Revamp that defense and take him to the Super Bowl and win one. Not only will Sean McDermott and Lamar Jackson have to go against Patrick Mahomes, which is not ideal for him to start season one next season with the ACL torn or whatever how serious it's supposed to be. I don't see him starting, but they say he's supposed to be coming back. No, false narrative. I won't believe it. If he does, no, he wasn't hurt. Okay, it takes longer for the ACL. You know what? That's another soapbox. Okay, this is Sean McDermott and the Ravens. Lamar Jackson and Sean McDermott. Not only he'll get revenge on Mahomes And he got to play Joe Burrow twice though. Then face the Bills. Woo-hoo-hoo. Man. So Cleveland, Pittsburgh, or Ravens. Those three sounds great for Sean if he's interested. I think he's very interested. Or Miami could be one. Also, he's right into the same division with the Bills. And he could play Josh Allen twice. Not saying he's going to get Josh Allen, but the organization. He could play him twice. I think that. So Dolphins, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Ravens. You leave your comments below and let me know what you think about that. All right, guys, the bottom line is enjoy yourself. The road to the Super Bowl 60 is wide open. Whoever, those that are left, got the Patriots, the Broncos, Seattle, and Iran. It's wide open for either of these teams to win it. You let me know who's going to win, who you predict is going to win, and all that jazz. But other than that, this has been the Bottom Line Sports Talk. And I think that we had a great talk today. What you think? And the bottom line, I think personally, the Patriots are going to represent AFC. And I think personally, the Rams is going to represent the NFC. But I could be wrong. Could be wrong. I could be wrong, guys. But all right, you let me know what you think. Bottom line is, road to Super Bowl 60. Who's going to win? I don't know. But my prediction is this. We'll see after the NFC and AFC Championship, and I give you my prediction then. But other than that, y'all stay safe. God bless you and your family. I hope my auto is a little bit better in this segment versus the last five. But other than that, love you guys. Stay safe. Boom. And give me one moment. And let's see this here. That's not it neither. But have a great week. God bless you and your family. Stay safe. And I'm out. Peace.